James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, wrote that every action is a vote for the type of person you want to become. Not the big actions, not the annual financial review or the quarterly rebalance. The daily ones. The ones that are small enough to be invisible and consistent enough to be unstoppable. 23 videos in this series have built a system. The pyramid told the money where to go, the routine automated the transfer. The rules protected the portfolio. The milestones mapped the checkpoints. The crossover point showed when the math takes over. The external threats showed why staying invested matters. The identity video showed why looking rich costs the snowball. Today is the final video. It takes everything built across the series and compresses it into 5 daily actions. Each one takes less than 5 minutes. Most take less than 1. Together they form the protocol that makes long-term poverty structurally impossible for anyone who follows it consistently. I'm Warren, this is video 24, the last one. Action 1. Check the transfer. 30 seconds. Once a day, confirm that the automatic transfer to the investment account is scheduled or has executed. Not the balance, not the return, not what the market did yesterday, the transfer. The only question is, did the money move from checking to the portfolio on the day it was supposed to? If yes, the system is running. If no, something broke and it needs to be fixed immediately. Nina from video 8 set her split deposit to run on the 1st of every month. She checks it on the 2nd. One glance at the Fidelity app. Green checkmark. Done. The entire action takes less time than unlocking the phone. This action matters more than any other because it's the foundation of everything in the series. The snowball from video 16 needs mass. Mass comes from contributions. Contributions come from the transfer. If the transfer stops, the snowball stalls. Every other action in this protocol is secondary to this one. The transfer is the heartbeat of the system. Checking it daily is how the person confirms the heart is still beating. There are specific things that can interrupt the transfer without warning. A bank account change that didn't update the routing number, an employer payroll switch that reset the direct deposit split, a brokerage maintenance window that delayed the purchase by 2 days, an insufficient balance in checking because an unexpected expense hit the same day. None of these are catastrophic individually, but if the interruption isn't caught, 1 missed month becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and the behavioral momentum from video 8 starts eroding. The daily check catches the interruption on day 1. The person who checks weekly catches it on day 7. The person who never checks discovers it 3 months later when the balance hasn't grown. Action 2. Track one number, 60 seconds. Every person following this system should have one financial number written down, visible and checked daily. Not 5 numbers, not a spreadsheet. 1. The number depends on where the person is on the curve. If the portfolio is below 10,000, the number is the balance itself. The daily check is about watching it cross into 5 digits for the first time, the milestone from video 1 that changes the relationship between the person and money. If the portfolio is between 10,000 and 100,000, the number is the annual market growth. This is the grind zone from video 15. The daily check is about watching the market's contribution approach and eventually exceed the person's contribution. When growth exceeds contributions, the crossover from video 18 has happened. If the portfolio is above 100,000, the number is the next milestone from video 17. 150,000, 220, 300, whatever the next checkpoint is. The daily check is about tracking the distance to the next shift. The number doesn't need to change every day. It changes slowly. But looking at it daily does something that annual reviews don't. It keeps the system in conscious awareness. The person who checks the number every morning makes different spending decisions than the person who checks it once a year. Not because of discipline, because of proximity. The number is close. The decisions are shaped by its presence. If you don't have a single financial number written down somewhere visible right now, this is the action from this video that changes the most with the least effort. One number, on a post-it note on the bathroom mirror, like Tomas from video 11. On the lock screen of the phone, on a sticky note on the monitor at work. The format doesn't matter, the visibility does. Action 3, decline one offer. Time varies. Every day, the financial system sends offers designed to redirect capital away from the architecture. Credit card pre-approvals, app notifications suggesting a new savings product, email offers for personal loans, auto loan pre-qualifications, Buy now, pay later prompts at checkout. Subscription upgrades. Each one is small. Each one is designed to feel beneficial. And each one, as video 22 showed, traces back to a targeting model built on data the person voluntarily provided. The daily practice isn't to decline every offer forever. It's to decline one offer every day, consciously. To see the notification, recognize it as targeting, and close it. The act of declining builds the behavioral muscle that protects the snowball. Over time, the reflex shifts. The offers stop feeling like opportunities and start feeling like what they are: attempts to extract capital from the compound curve. Diana from video 23 declines 3 or 4 a week without thinking about it. She's been practicing for 6 years. It's automatic now. The first year it wasn't. The first year, every offer felt like something she might be missing. By year 3, the offers felt like noise. If you've been building the system from this series and still find yourself clicking on pre-approved offers or upgrading subscriptions when prompted, this action is the one that plugs the leaks. The snowball doesn't need more water poured in. It needs the holes sealed. And the holes are the offers the person accepts without evaluating the compound cost. Action 4, name the next milestone. 30 seconds. Every morning or every evening, the person names the next financial milestone out loud or in writing. Not a vague goal, a specific number from the system. 60,000 at 30, 105,000 at 33, the crossover point, the next $100,000 threshold, the 1 million mark. Whatever the next checkpoint is on the map from videos 13, 15, 16, and 17. Naming the milestone does something that tracking the number alone doesn't. It creates intention. The number is observation. The milestone is direction. The person who checks the balance and says 78,4,700 to go until the benchmark is operating differently from the person who checks the balance and thinks, it went up a little, both see the same number. One has a destination, the other is wandering. Devin from video 13 named his milestones. Priya didn't, at least not at first. Devin crossed 100,000 at 32, Priya crossed it at 34. 2 years of difference, partially explained by the fact that Devin had a number he was aiming for and Priya was contributing without a target. Targets don't change the math, they change the behavior around the math. And behavior, as every video in this series has demonstrated, is the variable that separates the median outcome from Devin's outcome. Action 5. Do nothing to the portfolio. 0 seconds. This is the most important action in the protocol and it requires no effort whatsoever. Every day the person does nothing to the investment allocation. Doesn't rebalance, doesn't check individual stock performance, doesn't move money between funds, doesn't react to a headline, doesn't sell because the market dropped, doesn't buy more because the market rallied. Doesn't touch it. The portfolio from video 10 was designed to run without intervention. VTY, VXUS, BND in an allocation that matches the person's age and risk tolerance. The automatic contribution from video 8 adds money on schedule. The annual rebalance, once a year, restores the allocation to target. Between those annual rebalances, the correct number of trades is 0. The correct number of allocation changes is 0. The correct response to every headline, every crisis, every market event, every pundit's prediction is to do nothing. The Japan carry trade from video 19, the oil crisis from video 20, the retirement data from video 21, the bank targeting from video 22. Each of those videos presented a threat, and in each case, the correct portfolio response was identical. Do nothing. The architecture absorbs the shock. The diversification balances the impact. The automatic contribution buys shares at lower prices during dips. The person's only job is to not interfere. If you've watched all 24 videos and built the system, Action 5 is the daily test of whether the system was truly built or just understood. Understanding the system means knowing why VTI and VXUS and the automatic transfer work. Building the system means letting them work without touching them. Every day that the person doesn't touch the portfolio is a day the system runs correctly. Every day the person intervenes is a day the system was overridden by the person's emotions. The protocol protects against that override by making inaction the default. This is the action that separates the long-term investor from the short-term trader. The trader believes that watching the market creates value. The investor built a system that creates value while being watched or ignored equally. If you built the system, your job is done. The daily practice of doing nothing isn't passive. It's the most active form of discipline in the entire protocol because it requires overriding the instinct to act every time the market moves. 5 actions: 30 seconds, 60 seconds, a few minutes, 30 seconds, and 0 seconds. Total daily time under 5 minutes. Total lifetime impact, the difference between the median retirement from video 21 and the trajectory built across this series, $200,000 versus $1 million or more. Same income, same economy, same index fund. Different daily practice. If you want to test whether the protocol is running, ask 5 questions at the end of each week. Did the transfer execute? Do I know my number? Did I decline at least one offer? Can I name the next milestone? Did I leave the portfolio alone? 5 yes answers means the system ran for 7 days. 52 weeks of 5 yes answers means the system ran for a year. 25 years of that, and the snowball from video 16 reaches the trajectory that produces financial autonomy. The protocol doesn't require motivation. It requires repetition. And repetition, unlike motivation, shows up every day regardless of how the person feels. The system on one page. The pyramid directs the money. The routine automates the transfer. The rules protect the portfolio. The portfolio holds the index. The milestones mark the checkpoints. The crossover point is where the math takes over. The threats are managed by staying invested. The identity is managed by staying invisible. And the daily protocol keeps all of it running with 5 actions that take less time than making coffee. The first video in this series started with $10,000, the psychological shift from anxiety to stability. The moment a person crosses into 5 digits and starts to see themselves as someone who has money. 24 videos later, the architecture that grows that 10,000 into 100,000, into 500,000, into a million, is complete. The curve from video 15, the one that starts flat and bends and then goes nearly vertical, is the shape of everything built across this series. And the person standing at the beginning of that curve, with the first transfer scheduled and the first number written down, is the person this series was made for. If you've been here since video 1, the system is yours. If you found this video first and worked backward, the system is yours. The entry point doesn't matter. The architecture is the same. The protocol is the same. And the math is the same for everyone who runs it. The protocol is simple. The math is certain. The only variable left is whether the person runs it, every day, starting tomorrow, starting today.